plots. My plan was not to have to do this, but since the weeds were so bad and the soybeans didn't work, I've got to redo them all with fall plots. So we'll see how it goes. We really need more weather. We got a little bit of rain this morning, but you can't tell. The dirt is still quite dry. So I usually hit it once, and then I'll go one gear higher and just hit the bad spots for a second time, especially when it's real weedy like this. Every now and then I'll hit it twice, but usually once, 1.5 basically is what I do to save time. Right, here's an after look. Look at how pretty this is. Let me turn for you a little bit.
You got some pretty good turnips here in the food plots. Let's go taste test.
He's from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. He's really adopted.
Yeah. Pretty good stuff you got here, Kapper.
Nice. Now we're gonna hope Mother Nature helps us out just a little bit. Well, a lot. Okay, so I'm mixing all of my seed together because this cedar is getting worn a little, and you can see it leaks. But if you put the tiny seeds in, it's gonna spill them right out. I mean, they just fall right out. So this is my 4 grain mix, plus clover and chicory mix, plus brassica mix. I just grabbed a couple of the brassicas since I was out, so I grabbed them from the store. It's just this honey hole. And then that's Curtis mixed me up like 2 clovers and 1 chicory mix in there. So I got to be careful spreading. I don't have that much seed to cover this, but let's get it planted. Man, if we could just get some rain, things would be beautiful. Yeah, I gotta say it's a treat pulling the crusher, which is what my wife's family used to call it on the farm. Actually the cultipacker. It's a real nice treat pulling it in the Polaris. No dust, no wind. Got the radio going, so I'm definitely digging the investment. I mean, it's kind of dry, so it's hard to see your lines. That's when you know you got really good moist soil, when you can see them lines really easy. All right, that looks beautiful right there. Beautiful. We have some compaction from the rain we got this morning, so this could germinate like it is if we don't get hot weather, but we're gonna get hot weather for the whole next week. But there's a chance a storm could gin up in this, so whenever I finish a food plot or something, it makes me feel good. Believe me, if we weren't battling Mother Nature this year, our land, our property would be absolutely stunning right now. And I know there's a lot of you that think I don't know what I'm doing, and I really don't care. But believe me, if you look around at the bean fields, you talk to any of the farmers around here, it's been brutal. The excessive rain and heat this spring, and then now the drought here at the end of summer. But this brings back some really good memories. You know, my daughter and I sat in that tower a few times, and she passed up her, you know, like one of her first bucks that she ever passed up. So it's really cool. So fingers crossed for some rain now, and our land could be stunning. It still could be this fall if we get some rain, and then you'll see all the changes we've made. So thanks for. All right, here we are, Friday, September 27th. I'm gonna plant one of my very last food plots because I know how important it is to have them all in, and I got a little obstacle here. Another great big oak branch came down. Well, that sucker's green too. Good thing that didn't come down on me, but let's get it out of the way. Okay, I'm going to tell you this, I think is one of the first branches I've picked up with the new Optimus, and man, I could definitely feel the weight in the Optimus. I mean, I couldn't even feel this oak branch, and it's probably at least 300-400 pounds, maybe more than that. It's really hard to judge a very, very long and not necessarily huge, but long branch. But compared to the last Coyote I had, I mean, it's definitely way more stable than any of the tractors that I've had. So I'm very pleased with bumping up to this 78 horse branch, and I wish I'd have done this in the first place, but we know how that is. That's just life. Alright, well, I got the windows clean. I just cleaned it off here. We're out tilling one of my last food plots. This is a very, very beautiful spot deep in a cedar thicket. This is like the very, very first food plot I made on this property. This was an existing field. So I'll be glad when these are done, man. Between planting and replanting, it's been a long year on these plots. I call that beautiful, beautiful giant oak there the tree of wisdom. And we have one of those in Kentucky also. Not quite as big as this one, but it's beautiful. Alright, so I'm on almost my last food plot, and it's super hot. It's like 91, super windy. It's September 27th, and the last step I get to get into Polaris, which, believe me, that cab investment is really nice, because that wind is just howling and it's 91 and humid. So I got all the seed down, the fertilizer and everything. Now I get to cultipack it, and we're going to cross our fingers. Okay, this plot is compacted about perfectly. This thing is going to germinate. Maybe not in its entirety, but because half of it is shaded throughout the day, like all of this down here, it is going to germinate because I got it compacted beautifully. There's some moisture in here. So this is a good one. I'm glad I forced myself to get out and make this one happen. I was solo today and I wasn't really feeling like doing it, but I'm glad I did now. So now I can hit the beach and relax a little. It's still like 90 or 91 out. That second pass there really pulverizes it. Once again, if I really wanted to, I could plant this today. Don't think I will. Won't have the energy, but this tiller so far is holding up. I was a little nervous because I busted it a couple weeks ago. It locked up. The spring tensioner broke on it, so they fixed it for $400. I'm kind of really using it hard now to make sure it's going to hold up for me.